This is a video that reviews how to figure out the inversion of a seventh chord and identify the chordal seventh, which is also what we call a hot note, or what I call a hot note in that chord. So we will do it for this chord right here from the Bach Prelude in C major. Let me play the chord. Here are the steps that you'll want to follow. First, put all of the notes of that chord into the space of a single octave, and then rewrite the notes as a stack of thirds. In other words, so that it looks like a snowman. Next, determine which chord member is on the bottom. Finally, determine where the chordal seventh is in the chord. Let's demonstrate. So here, first things first, we'll rewrite all the notes of this chord so that they're in the space of an octave and so that they look like a snowman. In other words, there are a bunch of notes separated by a third. So I'm going to start from the bottom and just go up. We have a C in the chord. I'll write it up here just to keep it simple. We have a D right there. We have an A. I'll write that there to keep it in the space of an octave. We have a D, which we already have, and we have an F. Okay. Does that look like a snowman yet? Well, no, because those are separated by third, but this right here is a step. So we need to rewrite this chord. What I could do is I could take this D and F and write them down here. And then I'll keep the A and the C there. So that's not right, but here we go. This is our snowman form for the chord. In other words, it looks like a stack of fifths with the root, third, fifth, and seventh ordered like that. Okay? Now, which member of the chord is on the bottom? It's the C. The C is that top note of the stack of thirds, which is the seventh. Okay? So the chordal seventh is on the bottom. This happens to be a D minor seventh chord. So we'll call this D minor 7. And if the seventh is on the bottom, then it's first, second, third inversion. So we call this D minor 7, third inversion. You could also use a slash notation and say D minor 7 over C, or you could use the figured bass symbol, which is D minor 4, 2. Finally, let's figure out where the chordal seventh is in this chord. So again, the seventh is that top note when you rewrite it as a snowman. The chordal seventh is C. So where is there C in this chord? Right there. That is our hot note, or chordal seventh. Let's do one more. We'll do this chord right here. I will play it. And we'll follow the same steps. First, we'll put all the notes into the space of one octave and then rewrite them so that they form a stack of thirds. In other words, so that they look like a snowman. So I'm going to start from the bottom and go up. We have a B. I'll rewrite that B there. We have a D. I'll write that there. We have a G. I'll write that there. We have a D, which I already wrote, so I don't have to do that again. And then we have an F. Okay, and this time we got it on our first try. This chord now looks like a stack of thirds, or like a snowman. This happens to be a G major minor 7th chord. I'll play this chord, and then I'll play this. Here's the chord as it is written. And here's our rewritten snowman version. You can hear it's the same notes, just reordered. Okay. Now we have to determine which note is on the bottom. Well, it looks like B is on the bottom, and B is the third of that chord. That makes this a first inversion chord. So this is a G major minor 7, first inversion. We could also use slash notation and say G major minor 7 over B, or we could use that figured bass symbol, which is G major minor 6, 5. They all mean the same thing. Now let's identify the chordal seventh, or the hot note in this chord. And again, that chordal seventh is going to be the top note when you rewrite that chord in snowman form. So that's the F, and where is the F in this chord? Right here. Well, it's right here. Okay, and that's what you need to know for your homework. See you soon. Bye-bye.